Welcome please to the JVG podcast, where these G's are gonna spread their seeds of knowledge about the league. It's flourishing with these. These funny catchers seem to be well read, esteemed and honest. Like the man himself, Jeff Van Gundy. They are high IQ, so cerebral and funny. So if you're on the bus, just border on the dunny. Listen to the
JVG NBA Tribute Show.
Good.
Welcome to the Jeff Van Gundy Tribute Show. Back after a long innings off. My name's Marco. I'm joined by my irregular co-host, Sean Carroll. How are you?
Good, and yourself, Marco?
Yeah, good, man. Happy to be here in the new Deep 2 Podcast Network studio with bloody mic arms and everything. Can you believe it? I got headphones on. I'm hearing my own voice live.
Yeah, you also got glasses and a hat. Unrelated.
I'm not five blokes crowded around one Yeti mic or Sean's kitchen table.
Yeah. And then there's always at least two of the five blokes uncomfortable, wriggling on the ground.
Yeah, and you have to put the loud read Italian blokes way at the other end of the room. Yeah, and keep the two Anglos closest to the mic.
We're the gentle giants while they're the Anglos.
Yeah. But no, good to be here with this new equipment. This first pod we're recording with the new setup, so excuse us if there's any technical difficulties or little crickles and crackles or anything like that. Or if we're talking about something and then we suddenly start talking about something else in perfectly clear audio.
Yeah, we reserve the right to completely switch topics.
Yeah. So Sean, how you been, man?
I've been spectacular. Just a little peek behind the kimono. We actually recorded a 10-minute intro before this and then realized that the technical difficulties did exist, so we've actually deleted it. So we've just had some private small talk to ourselves that will, what's like the Beatles anthology, right? Where when they released 3 discs with all of the offcuts and stuff.
It's like a Hey Jude outtake or something like that.
And it's just Ringo saying, "Oh, you're not fucking playing that, are you?"
Yeah. When they make the 400-hour documentary about us.
Yeah.
Who made that? Was it? It wasn't James Cameron. It was one of those guys.
Something absurd. Speaking of, actually, that's jogged my memory a bit. You know the film Great Wall?
No. I know about The Great Wall.
Yeah, well, there's a film called Great Wall with Matt Damon.
Uh-huh.
Matt Damon. Great Wall.
Jesus.
No, that's a South Park joke.
Yeah, I know.
Although I'm not. So, The Great Wall, directed by none other than... Come on.
Zhang Yimou.
Okay, that is so not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was like a Scorsese type. Anyway, it's got Willem Dafoe and Matt Damon
and Pedro Pascal.
And Pedro Pascal.
Oh
I think the Chinese government just got a big influx of cash. One of many.
Yeah.
And just threw a bunch of money into the thingo. So imagine you've got an unlimited budget and you have to make a mythological story, because I believe there's dragons and such as this, about one of your largest sort of tourist bits, and you're picking Matt Damon, Pedro Pascal, and Willem Dafoe. It just looks so out of place. I'm sure. Are you Googling a picture?
Yeah, no, I've got it up here.
How good?
2016 was a foreign country, man. Like, this is before Trump ruined relations with China. This is before Daryl Morey ruined relations with China.
True.
This is, it made a lot of sense for Matt Damon to be in a Chinese state-backed movie in 2016.
True.
It just doesn't make anymore.
I've got this one movie on my. Is that a car?
I can't hear it, but
I can hear a full car.
oh Jesus!
Oh no, yeah, it's a car outside.
Yeah.
Wow, this is. Whoa!
I thought you meant it was coming up on the mic.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit!
Wow, that's
seriously?
Yeah, that's like fully in Dolby Atmos, man. It's like the car was driving right behind me. I've got this film on my beautiful bookshelf of DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
If you just direct your eyes to I, just 3 left of Untouchables.
Just H, yeah.
You've got Untouchables and you've got 2 Interstellars. Then you've got Inseparable, another Chinese film starring Kevin Spacey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Recent or
like 2011?
damn? Because that would be part of his PR tour to go make it.
Yeah. Incredible kill shot in Sinerdal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Great Wall or Inseparable?
No, but I really want to. I mean, I got that. There's a DVD store in Moonee Ponds that were just like doing a closing down sale. I got this movie called like the 21st Reich or some stuff. It's about this. It's about
and you've got numbers at the end of the alphabet. I see. Yeah.
No, they're DVDs that don't really fit. Like, do you want the first 5 seasons of House of Cards, the Philadelphia 76ers Dynasty series of best playoff games, NBA Live? So that just doesn't fit, and I don't know what to do with that yet.
Okay.
The 25th Reich. It's where aliens come down to Earth, and when they come down to Earth, they just happen to come down in the middle of the Second World War.
Right.
And then there's this group of Nazis who catch on that aliens are invading the world, so then they become the heroes that have to defend Earth. So it's like actual like prime Nazis fighting against.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's like, I was there, and the lady's like, "Oh my God, that one's crazy. You should get that." And I was like, "You know what? Like, I actually will." And I'm wondering what the fuck is what is going to come up on my screen. Can my offline device somehow install that?
Yeah.
Some horrible virus.
Damn, Sean, you got ball knowledge, man. I don't know how you don't win every game of Sudoku.
Well, can I say, I started actually really slow on Sudoku, but
Oh yeah, I'm like 3 and 5 at the moment or something.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm 32 and 38.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was in like a 10 to 15 game hole.
Wow.
And I've switched up from Oscar winners. Are you on the Oscar winner win gun?
Yeah.
I switched up to 3 Timothy Chalamet films.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't
mind
we can
that.
talk straight afterwards, but there's a lot of ways to get to Bones and all.
Yeah.
And he was in Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, anyone plays Despicable Me, bang, you've got one. You
Yeah.
just need to name
Yeah.
2 Dune
Or you're-
films and you've won the fucking game.
You're playing an Emma Stone chaser. They play Crazy Stupid Love. Bam, you play Beautiful Boy.
They play The Whale. You go to Mother via Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, nice.
Bang, Don't Look Up.
Wow.
Netflix.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's that's the strat, man. Just
Yeah.
get out of Oscar winners because
Yeah, I
you're
think
just
so.
fighting over
it's
Titanic
too
and
crowded.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, you're just looking for Return of the King.
You're
just
and you
looking
only
for-
get 3 blocks, man. Like, it's and sometimes you waste a block on Goodfellas. And it's,
Yeah. And I'm more interested in painting people into corners, to be honest. I'm more interested in your Inseparables of the world than anything else.
yeah.
Well, Sean, we actually have now spoken about movies for 20 minutes, but only 10 of them
On air.
on
Awesome.
air. But really, we came here to talk about playoff basketball, didn't we?
We did.
So we're just about at the end of the first round here. We've got 2 series is done and dusted. The Spurs and the Thunder have both progressed to the second round.
Yep.
But yeah, Sean, I mean, where did you want to start? What series tickles your fancy the most?
Yeah. Fuck. It has been a really good playoffs. I think in terms of if something's on, I'm dropping everything to watch New York versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it's a really good playoffs. But yeah, let's start with New York Atlanta. What do you think as a New Orleans Pelicans fan, seeing your guy?
There are 4 former New Orleans Pelicans between the 10 starters for these 2 teams.
Josh Hart,
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, and CJ McCollum.
Oh my God, Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
And then we got Jose Alvarado coming up off the bench.
Yeah, he's sort of changed. He's morphed into a bit of a cheerleader role, which I'm actually kind of shocked at. I guess
he's
he was
not really
playing real
contributing.
minutes for the Pelicans.
Yeah. I mean, as a New Orleans Pelicans fan, which I don't want to focus on, I feel pretty rotten about it. I think, I think the Josh Hart and CJ McCollum parts I'm fine with. They had to leave. Josh Hart had to leave so we could get CJ McCollum, and then CJ McCollum had to leave because he's probably the wrong profile for the team. But yeah, the other ones, like the Dyson Daniels thing, just gets worse and worse. The Nikhil Alexander-Walker thing got really bad when he went to Mini, and it's somehow gotten even worse.
Yeah, so you salary dumped him to Utah? Is that what happened?
Yeah. And also, but it also just played. I guess what's the most sour about it is we played him for 2 years as like a hot scoring point guard, which he was shit at, and then he went to Mini and he became a like good defensive wing, and now he's gone to Atlanta and he's a good hot scoring point guard and a good defensive wing. So like at first it was like, all right, we just didn't have him in the wrong role, right role. Maybe he'd need to go somewhere else to blossom. Now it's like, shit, like we just dropped another good asset.
Yeah.
And is that? Did Dyson Daniels win Most Improved, or
I think he did.
he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year? Did he?
No, he didn't.
No,
He
no,
didn't.
no. So that's back-to-back Most Improved Player winners. Oversized guards who we let go way too early into their development.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels won last year, beating out Ivica Zubac and Cade Cunningham. Yeah, but I know you just said you don't want to talk about the Pelicans, then you just fucking spoke about the Pelicans. This series is heaps of fun because it's just so charged, and like the fucking Knicks, like if they lose this, even if they win this, and they're now up 3-2 as we speak, it would have been a lot more spicy if they were down 3-2. But Mike Brown just all season being kind of weird, still sort of doing what Tibbs was doing. Dante and I spoke about it on the pod last week. It's the vibes are most definitely off, and we thought the good thing about Mike Brown coming in is that he's going to revolutionize the offense, and it's still very much Jalen Brunson being like, all right, where's your worst defender? I'm going to go at him, and he's just such a bad defender that the other team's just putting him in every single action, and the Atlanta Hawks are just sort of like just doing a good job, doing a good job at everything, and they're so much less talented. I think, is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. Like, this Knicks team on paper is one of the most talented teams in the NBA. Like, if you look at the kind of peaks of so many of these players, like Mikal Bridges was one of the best defenders in the league, and then like a go-to scorer on a bad team, and then now he is like complete black hole on offense. Like, it's not even like he goes missing some nights. It's like there's just nothing being created by him. And he's not the best wing defender, on the roster anymore. And kind of has off nights sometimes after like having a really good playoffs last year defensively as well. Like all those huge plays in the Boston series.
He's just gone missing.
And then, like Karl Anthony Towns is, like a unicorn. And like you know what the problems are with him, but like they just keep showing up every time you go to the playoffs, right? Meanwhile, the Hawks, they just have like one guy they drafted pretty high and a bunch of like offcuts from other teams who they've just like found good roles for. And honestly, like post Trae Young trade, it was a bit like the scrap heap. Like this isn't like a constructed roster yet. This is just kind of like whoever made their way over to the Hawks over the last few years. And like Quinn Snyder's just figured out like an awesome system for them. Like, obviously like players have just flourished there. Like Dyson Daniels had such a breakout last year. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's been really good this year. Jonathan Kuminga
Seriously.
is like...
I didn't mention him first.
Daniels like went from being a pretty good 3-point shooter to complete, like literally the worst. I think one of the worst 3-point shooting seasons in NBA history in terms of attempts.
I think you're right with that.
Shooting like 19% on over 200 total attempts or something.
Yeah. Can I just butt in when they do the intros now? Like is it the Amazon one or the CBS one? The player introduces himself,
right?
So it says like Jalen Brunson from Villanova and Dyson Daniels, Bendigo, Australia. It's so funny,
so awesome.
Yeah, he shot 19% from three.
That's crazy.
Last year he took 3.1. This year he took 1.5 per game.
Yeah. Like they weren't going down early in the season. He just stopped taking him. But so Quinn Snyder's like, all right, well you'll just like do dribble handoffs and set screens, and we'll put Okongwu in the corner, and you'll just like run around making trouble. So I think a lot of it comes down to really good coaching, like because this isn't like a perfectly constructed roster like the Knicks are. Like the Knicks have brought every player in
intentionally.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, and also I think it's both. Like Mike Brown's getting outcoached, right? But also, it's just a really bad matchup where the fact that you have to hire Jalen Brunson on Dyson Daniels, but Dyson Daniels' role is that he's playing the 5 on offense, right? So it's not even like they're just mismatch hunting. Like their goal is to get all the people to run into Dyson Daniels, no matter who's guarding him. And if they put someone else on him, then all of a sudden Jalen Brunson has to defend a tall guy 1-on-1. It's sort of a little bit like Quinn Snyder's Utah teams, where they were a bit of an island of misfit toys, and they just had like the 2 main pieces, and they just made everything work around them. And if the Knicks win Game 6, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, that was just a nice little flurry, and they looked good for a little bit. The Hawks are looking incredible moving forwards. They obviously, you've written down here, 34-year-old CJ McCollum. He's obviously not going to be your go-to scorer for the future.
You'd hope not.
But they've got the Pelicans pick, right?
Yeah.
They've got the assets, whether that is just drafting someone really high, like if they get the top 4 pick, then they're just going to draft a potential superstar, or they've just got to pick to trade, and then maybe they can just change that spot from CJ McCollum to like a Kobe White type, right? Obviously he's a free agent, but it's like a guy like that where, just someone who's better and younger and fits this timeline a little bit more.
Dosunmu.
That's weird.
And Atlanta, they're in a pretty good cap situation next season, I think, as well. Like, they don't have, actually, like, Jalen Johnson is their highest paid player at 30 million, which is so little money in today's NBA.
Well, they extended him before he blew up. It was more of like a promise of what he could be.
And Kuminga's got a team option, so like you do whatever you want there.
you can decline that and extend him at a lower deal, I reckon.
So they're just going to be so flexible this offseason and already in a good situation. I know, actually, no, it's worth talking about because he hasn't been involved in the playoffs, but Zachary Ricochet, just like a few minutes played, I want to say, in one game. Like, that's pretty bad, but like, considering how well you've managed every other asset, like, it's not the end of the world.
He, as with all first-round rookie contracts, the first 2 years are guaranteed, and then the final 2 years are each a team option. Would you decline? It says here on my here computer $13.8 million and then 17.4 because obviously the rookie scale's gone up with the money. That's a lot of money for someone who doesn't play in the regular season.
Probably you'd. So is he under? He's under contract next season, right?
And the season after, if you want. But like, if you were to pick that up, would you be able to trade him for just nothing? Like, would the Pelicans take him for just like matching money?
I reckon, you can find $17 million if you really want to. I also think if he plays a bit next season and there's no improvement, then just kind of
true.
Depends what your books look like. Like, if you bring in a big contract player and it's like, all right, well, like, there's no point having that extra flexibility anyway. It's better to have his contract and to try and trade him. And hold on to him, but nah, like, if he's not playing well, you're already not playing him in the playoffs, so what have you got to lose? Reputationally or whatever.
I guess it's literally the rookie to money. So that's like the new 5-7 million. New guys in like a couple of years ago.
So whatever happens, Hawks will be good. They'll be good going forward. I mean, you don't feel like the Knicks are gonna challenge Boston or Philly in the next series, do you?
No, not at all. I also don't feel like anyone's going to challenge anyone in the whole East. Like, whoever gets there isn't going to deserve it. Like, the Celtics not closing out today.
That's terrible.
The 76ers finished the game on a 15-2 run, but like, Celtics are going to win, right? Their big men can't defend Joel Embiid, and if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, then maybe that's something. But then you're going to verse the Knicks, who, are we calling them the zero mindset Knicks? And then the Magic are going to beat the Pistons, if history is anything to go off. And the Toronto Raptors are going to, in my eyes, advance, right? I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
And then it's like we might see a team finish with points in the 60s. If it's Orlando versus fucking Toronto. Like, how Zach Lowe calls shit rock fights. Like,
that'll be really bad.
This is gonna break some records.
Dude, so do you think are Boston the only team that would win one game in the NBA finals?
I think so. I'm a bit disappointed with how Niem Mosqueda has played not too well in the playoffs.
Damn.
And that doesn't
big man who can't shoot, not playing well in the playoffs.
But especially because they traded for his backup as one of the worst basketball players in the world, Nikola Vucevic. I get they save money, but if you knew Jason Tatum was going to come back, and I guess they didn't know how good he was going to look, there's probably better ways to spend your money. Where that's just keep Anthony Simons. Do you feel like the Celtics are the only team who could let's just say win one game against OKC.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, I don't... The Knicks... Well, like, the Pistons aren't going to advance, and then every other team is, like, not a baskbasketball team. Like,
Yeah.
you know...
Yeah.
Like, if we talk about that Orlando-Detroit series briefly, like... you know, I think Orlando are going to get a lot of confidence and feel good about how the season has gone. Oh, of course, you win a first round series against the 1 seed as the 8 seed. Like, yeah, you got to feel good about that. I don't think any of the problems that like were problems during the regular season are not problems just because they win this series against Detroit, who like. Yeah. You know, it turns out having two guys on your 15-man roster who kind of know how to shoot a 3-point shot isn't enough in the playoffs. And that, you know, having 3 guys who can't score outside 5 feet on the floor at the same time isn't actually good enough in the playoffs. But yeah, like I don't think any of those questions about like what you do about Orlando in the offseason kind of go away just because they're winning this series against Detroit.
Yeah, completely agree. It's more just like Jamal Mosley. There was a report from I think Jake Fisher who said that Jamal Mosley's still in the hot seat even if they advance, which is extremely stiff, but also
it makes sense.
Makes complete sense. I think they should definitely look at moving one of their pieces, in my eyes, not called Desmond Bain, whether that's Paolo Franz or Jalen Suggs. But I think even though Jamal Mosley deserves to get fired, which might actually be a little bit stiff because he hasn't really had a healthy roster for long, but when he hasn't been at the level that you thought that they were going to be at. The Detroit Pistons are so easy to play against in a playoff setting that even Jamal Mosley, someone who we look at as a guy who should be fired, can just crack them. It's like, oh, you've got one off the dribble scorer, and then JB Bickerstaff, who is probably the worst playoff coach of all time. I think, did I put it down somewhere? Yeah, JB Bickerstaff fans be like, see, the Cavs don't perform in the playoffs because of the players, not the coach. Wait, Google delete tweet. It's like, okay, some of the guys they're playing was so bad, and all of their shooters is Kevin Huerter and Duncan Robinson are just 2 of the worst defenders in the whole entire league. And then you're like, okay, well, who's the only other like toolsy guy? It's Tobias Harris, who we know can't fucking do anything in the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
So flawed.
Proven track record.
Yeah.
Does JB Bickerstaff become the first coach of the year coach to be fired?
Was he coach of the year this year?
No, I assume he's a finalist because you know he coached the Detroit Pistons to 60 wins.
I think it might be Joe Mazzulla. The finalists are
It hasn't been announced, has it?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the NBA Coaches Association gave it to Bickerstaff.
Yeah.
Finalists are Bickerstaff, Mitch Johnson, and Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do think Mazzulla will win it, but if JB Bickerstaff wins it, he'll almost definitely get fired.
Yeah. NBA Coach of the Year, Mike Brown won it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Kenny Atkinson won it. Oh, that makes sense. Mike Brown, yeah. Monty Williams got fired after 2022. Mike Brown, 2023, fired a year later. And then Dagnall, Atkinson, Joe Mazzulla. Wow. Bickerstaff was also nominated last year.
Yeah. But I guess this is... as much as that was a joke... can you go any further with JB Bickerstaff as your coach?
No. As
the Detroit Pistons?
No.
Like, is it... But, I mean, there's obviously roster problems as well, right? Like, they obviously don't have enough, like, off-the-dribble creation, shooting, basketball players. But, like, yeah. If you make a couple of good moves in the off-season, have you seen enough from JB Bickerstaff in the playoffs to be like, oh yeah, that will be better in the first round next year? Probably not.
Yeah.
So do you just fire him now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. And they're still paying Monty Williams, I'm sure, for that giant contract.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I'm in charge, I would just fire him because this is his third stop now.
Yeah.
Where you know that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
I think that's very harsh, but
yeah, he can also make a lot of money as a guy who just brings lower franchises up.
He's done a great job of that. Like he has elevated the Pistons so much, but like if you can't get any result in the playoffs, if you look like this much worse in the playoffs, something's seriously wrong.
Yeah. What's your series? You asked me what my series is. Where I'm flicking on. What's your series?
I mean, I think it's almost been the weirdest. I think it was on paper the most interesting series of the playoffs, and it has remained the most interesting series, but like just not in any way I've expected. Denver, Minnesota, Denver probably going to come back from 3-1 down, but like kind of in the saddest way possible.
Seriously,
like
it's horrible. It feels disgusting.
It's like the first time I'm not actively rooting for Denver in any series. Like,
yeah. And you love the Cronkies.
5 bottlers over the last 5 seasons. Like I feel like every time you watch Nikola Jokic in a playoff series, you're like, I'm going for that guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, but it's just they're just in such a stinky situation. Like the defense is bad. No, the offense isn't great either. I think Jokic had his first bad playoff game in game 4. I think that is genuinely the worst he's looked since kind of like the beginning of his ascendancy. And yet, like, I also don't see how they don't win the next 2 games. I mean, do you think Mini have a way to close this series out, or?
It was pretty close, and they got it within 10 points in the 4th quarter yesterday. I was watching that. I was about to flick it off, and I was like, maybe they can do something. And like, they were doing something. Naz Reid rolled his ankle on Tim Hardaway Jr. walking backwards, and had to take him out. And then they put Gobert back in the offense. Just wasn't working. So like, if Naz Reid's healthy, if that's just a rolled ankle, like, Bones Highland also rolled his ankle. I wouldn't be surprised at how soulless this Denver Nuggets team has looked, and just how well the Minnesota Timberwolves are being coached, and just how well the role players are playing. Yeah. But it just doesn't feel good. Like you just know that obviously without Dante they can't win a title. This team's just not deep enough for that. And Ant might miss most of the next season, most of the next series as well. Yeah. It's really bad.
Yeah. And there's no way you're beating the Spurs.
Nah.
Without Ant. I think this has been Rudy Gobert's best playoff series in quite a while. Just really, it's really hard to actually defend Jokic 1-on-1 and like get results, and they've just kept going to it, and it's kept working. And then like, I mean, we knew how good McDaniels was on both sides of the ball, but like, you know, it's nice to see him performing in a playoff context, and then starting shit as well. But yeah, like once you see Mike Conley and Ayo Dosunmu in the starting lineup, there's just no way you're like, there's no way you're winning a playoff series.
And then on the other side, once you see Christian Brown on the it's such a shit stinky roster. And Zach Lowe brought it up. He said that the Nuggets were just sort of feigning Aaron Gordon, being like, look, he's healthy. And then Chris Finch was, after a couple of possessions, like, oh, you're not healthy. What the go at him. And then he just like went out with like calf soreness. Like, they're fully not healthy. And who's the guy who's injured? The forward, the lanky dude in Denver.
Oh, Peyton Watson.
Yeah. So he, like he would be starting, and he'd be playing 40 minutes a game. But if you're his agent, he's going to be a free agent this year, and you didn't offer him a contract. And there's been tiny murmurs, obviously nothing too major coming out because there's a playoff series on right now. Tiny murmurs from the LA Lakers, who would be losing LeBron James to the Cleveland Cavaliers if the 50 reports we saw are to be correct. And
like for like replacing it with Peyton Watson.
I mean, like, but they're going into an off season with no real big free agents, and they're going to be the only people with max cap space. So they can maybe split that max up into 2, give a bunch to Peyton Watson, and then just bring in some role players as well. I just wanted to mention that I really like that fit. He's got no incentive to come back. Spencer Jones is playing better and more minutes than the dude in his exact same role who's getting paid 120 million more dollars.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And Nikola Jokic just looks checked out. He's getting frustrated a lot more quicker than usual. And when they won the title, he was putting in immense effort on defense, and he's just not giving that same effort on defense. Someone said on X, formerly known as Twitter, that when he chased after McDaniels for that after the basket shot, that was the fastest he'd run back on defense all series. What do you think about that? Shooting a layup.
Oh man, just grow up. It's
Yeah?
fine. Like,
On who? On Jokic?
on
or-
Jokic, who cares? Like that. It's so stupid. It's so unbelievably stupid. Especially like, I think context matters. Like he just put up a layup very casually at the end of the game for not for any particular reason, right? It wasn't like Zion's statement windmill dunk with 5 seconds left, which I think that's fine, but that's another story.
Well, for a different example, you can use the Evan Turner against Indiana when he was with Philly.
Yeah. It wasn't like a big statement offensive thing. It was just like, whatever. I'm gonna throw this up. I know it's gonna piss.
Yeah, and
Jokic off.
he's an antagonist.
Well,
as
yeah,
well.
and he was. I think he was talking smack about them in the press conference before the game. But then also he had a really good game. So like, if someone has a really good game against you and then scores a layup in garbage time, like that's kind of your fault. Like,
yeah. Don't lose the game. Yeah. It's difficult because there's no goal difference and there's no points like in footy or football.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even like the NBA Cup where your margin matters.
And even in that, we've only seen Joe Mazzulla run up the score. Like, no one really does that anyway. It's still sort of like, I guess we only won by 10 points, guys. I hope OKC loses by 4.5 or whatever.
Or they put the garbage time guys in and they're like, no, but play really hard.
Yeah, it sucks when that. Well, yeah, I'm getting this clip that's keeps playing on my monitor of Jokic was running the clock down at the end of the game. Like, obviously instead of scoring, instead of getting the turnover, he put the ball in front of. Did you see this? The French centre not named Gobert.
Yeah.
And then he said, you can have it, and then pulled it in, got a jump ball, so he didn't get a turnover. And it was just a team turnover because it went through the jump ball and Jokic didn't jump.
Right. God. Yeah. So he is a stat padder. This is the most checked out he's been.
Yeah, seriously.
The San Antonio Spurs closed out against Portland Trailblazers today. Thank God he landed on his chin, Sean. Imagine if that had been the back of his head. God, he went down like an oak tree.
Is this the Wemby fall?
Yeah.
That looked horrible.
Oh man, I've never seen someone that large fall so like cleanly before. Like just completely onto his face.
God, touch fake IKEA wood, but
but yeah, this series ended up being pretty easy for the Spurs. With or without Wemby, they kind of figured it out, and with him, it's really easy. Like today, the game today, it looked like he was being really cautious and wasn't trying, and he had
7 blocks.
Do you want to? Yeah, he had 7 blocks, but also he just missed like 2 shots and hit all of his free throws and got a heap of rebounds, just very calmly.
Yeah. It's like a regular season win where you like don't want to play your stars too much because you don't want them to get like a little bit of wear and tear.
Yeah.
He played 34 minutes, which is actually quite big. 17 points on 5 of 7.
Yeah, there you go. 5 of 7. But if you're the Portland Trailblazers, Sean, are there any good takeaways from this, or are you, or have we sort of found Denny Avdia's peak playing offense?
Yeah. It's his first playoffs, so like take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. But he always goes right, and he's very focused on getting to the rim, and he's very focused on getting fouled, right, and just being tricky when he only goes right. And he was driving against the 7'5" monster, who, if he knows you're only going to go right, that just makes it even easier for him to stop you. So I think there is room for growth for Denny. He must be like 26 years old, right? So physically there is room for growth as well. If you're the Trailblazers, I think you're looking at it extremely like it's a bit unfortunate, but you do have that guy. Scoot having one good game is so promising because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that one good game, you're a bit like, holy fuck, like, what do we do?
Well, because also his other games weren't just
he had 0
not good,
points
they
the
were
next
bad.
game.
They were bad. Yeah.
0 points in this
And then
game.
5 points in that game
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Donovan Clingan didn't look great. Robert Williams did look great.
He did.
The theory of the Portland Trailblazers looks good, and they have the Bucks picks moving forwards, which we'll talk about lottery later. So I think they're in fine shape. It's just after seeing this, you didn't see a single flash of you joining that OKC Denver Spurs tier.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
or even joining the Minnesota Houston Rockets.
I think you didn't see that, but I think it's still realistic they get there.
Okay.
Do you think they just can't? They're always going to be 6 through 10.
No, I think they just need an upgrade in talent, and also like not to give up, but like the Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp thing just isn't the way forward. Like I don't know if either of those players can really improve that much more.
I think Shaden Sharp can improve. I just think he's been incredibly injured, and he might be incredibly injured forever. And we might just be talking about a guy where it's like, oh, if only he could put it together. But they're paying him.
He was good when he played this year, but then like wasn't getting minutes in the playoffs because of fitness.
Yeah, he'd played one regular season game before the playoffs, and then same with Jeremy Grant. Like he came back like a couple of games before the playoffs.
But again, like just what's Jeremy Grant still doing there?
Yeah, well, what's he doing anyway? Like I actually can't think of a spot he would be where it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like he's only ever been underpaid elite role player or overpaid on a bad team, and it's like, well, how happy are you?
Yeah. God, it's 6 seasons since he left at Denver. That's crazy. 2 years in Detroit, 4 years in Portland.
He just made money in Detroit.
Yeah. Nothing to show for it. Like
Seriously,
is this his first playoff series?
Sure, there's a nice housing portfolio.
God, this is his first playoff series since Denver. I mean, that's not too surprising because those teams were very bad. But like, you were literally playing in the Western Conference Finals, and then you just went and made $200 million.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. What do you do if you're toxic Joe Cronin? How do you build this team moving forward?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I almost wonder. I think they had to kind of try and be good this year to prove that like their good pieces were good. That your Too Many Cameras, your Denny Uptier are like real players. Like again, Klingon looked good during the regular season. But like I just think the young guys on this team aren't very good. Like
no one's rising with Denny.
Yeah. Like obviously they sold on Anthony Simons because they have 2 other guys who theoretically can play that role, and one of them doesn't look up for it, and like you said, the other one just might never be fit. I don't know. Do you have the assets to like make a swing for a bigger player? Can you go backwards next season? Like try and get a bit younger? Because like your core is still pretty young. Like Denny's like what, 24, 25? Yeah, 25.
We'll find out.
Yeah. No, he's 25.
Oh, okay. Says here he's from Israel.
Yeah, he's born in 2001, the year 9/11 happened. What the hell?
Parents' names Zerfa and Sharon.
I guess Dame Lillard's coming back next season.
Oh, true. They can't. Oh my goodness, they can't. Yeah, they're also mentioned in the Giannis things just because they have the Bucks picks. Yeah, I don't know.
So what do you do? Do you just go like, all right, what if we go one more season with a Dame Drew backcourt, and then like
Yeah, I think it's also worth mentioning that they have a new owner, and the new owner who has said since he came in that he wants to spend and he wants to make the team as good as possible.
Saying that.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's like, okay, make a swing, and I think he doesn't care what the swing is; he wants to make it, right? So that could be Giannis trade. That could be just a trade, just for trade's sake. Like if Houston lose in all likelihood, and they say, all right, let's sort of reset around the young core. Who wants Kevin Durant? Would the Blazers go, all right, here's 2 Bucks picks and bad salary, right? Yeah. And they trade out Drew Holiday, who's going to be 36 next year.
God, if KD goes to another team in that realm, far out.
Well, another team in the Western Conference, the poor bastard.
Yeah.
Like would they trade for an aging guy like that, and then it's not going to work for 2 years? They're not going to be at that mini level, and then they're going to turn around and Denny's going to be 2 years closer to being a free agent, or just 2 years older and 2 years further away from what it might be his prime.
Conscripted or something.
And
you know.
yeah, and there's also problems with a lot of people saying that the owner is quite cheap.
Yeah.
And then I read some article because I just tried to Google to find out where the rumors came from that he was cheap, and then I just Googled what's his name, and then there was an article by like a Business Insider type, where it's just like licking the rim of all fucking bankers, right? And they're like, can't remember his name. Like, let's say it's like Marco. Or it's like, Marco Holden Jeffrey is not cheap. Here's why. And it just went through about all of his successes as a business person. And
Thomas Dundon.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, you haven't addressed the rumor and you haven't explained what he's going to do against it. You've just told me how this rich guy has begetted wealth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a fun 5 minutes to spend while at work. So I don't know. Is that a problem? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we won't know until the off season. Yeah, that's a theoretical problem, isn't it? 'Cause you don't know an owner's cheap until they're cheap.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The other sports team he owns, the Carolina Hurricanes, won their NHL division this season. So,
cool, good on him.
Make of that what you will.
Where's he from? This Thomas Dundon cat.
He's born in New York.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh, that's that big city.
Raised in Atco, New Jersey. Oh, and Texas. Oh, God, Jesus. His father managed pizzerias.
That seems incorrect. I'm just searching him up on LinkedIn because that was the first thing that came up. Thomas Dundon.
No?
The Operations and Business Development Manager from Melbourne, Victoria. No, it'll be the Long-Term Capital Solutions from New York. Oh yeah, he looks exactly as I thought he would look.
Let's have him eat. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's
Cheers,
doing. Managing Director at Eden Global Partners for 9 months. I imagine he bought the team 9 months ago, and that was just to
fill in the gap.
The Managing Director of Merrill Lynch for 18 years.
That's pretty impressive.
And before that, he was a policy analyst. That's what you want to do.
Whoa.
For East Bay Alliance for a sustainable economy.
So you're saying in 18 to 24 years, I could be the proud owner of the Portland Trail Blazers?
Yep.
If I really set my mind to it.
Hey, that's capitalism for you.
Wow.
Hold on. He studied at the University of Chicago, but he also was a Fulbright scholar in geography and urban planning, and he did field research in Egypt's Nile Delta region.
Are you sure this is the same Thomas Dundon?
Yeah, it probably would say
on his Wikipedia it says he attended Southern Methodist University.
Oh fuck! Who's this guy?
this guy should be the owner of the Portland Trail.
Yeah, he sounds great. 6 months ago, he commented, "Congrats, Bill." Yeah, this isn't giving
this is
owner
else,
of. Yeah, no, this is. He's just commenting on like a kid's fucking lawyer
Far
job.
out.
Yeah,
Great podcasting.
yeah. Yeah.
Shall we move on to the news? I was going to talk about the Lakers in Houston, but I kind of don't want to
Probably
anymore.
be over by the time we hit Bub.
Do you have anything to say about
Nah, it's just
another
sad.
stinky series?
I think we can talk about the Rockets when we dissect them in the off season.
Cool. Let's do that. You got some news for us, Sean?
Yeah, I got some news. If we had this bloody soundboard walking, yeah, I could do like Carl Pilkington monkey news. Yeah, well, did you see this lottery reform?
I did, but I only I feel like the article came out shortly at some point today, didn't it? Or,
yeah, it came out this morning. The tweet gave you fucking no information whatsoever.
Oh, was it a tweet from Shams Charania?
It was a tweet from Shams Charania.
That makes sense.
It was a tweet, told you nothing, and then there was 50 analysts ready to break it down and be like, here's what the fuck 3, 2, 1 means. But lottery balls are going to be a lot more. You can sort of read them a lot more easily now. You know, at the moment with the lottery, where it's like, well, if you miss the top one, then you can only fall as far as 5. They've still got some of those like fallbacks, but in general terms, they've split up the pie of odds into increments of like 3.7 ish, where one lottery ball is worth about 3.7% chance at the top pick. 2 lottery balls worth about 5 and a bit, and then 3 lottery balls is worth 8%, around about 8%. So instead of just having the straight order, you now have it that if you are If you're a non-playoff team between seeds 4 and 10, reading that from the bottom up, so if this were this season, it would be the Utah Jazz through to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 lottery balls, so you have an 8% chance at getting that top pick. If you are in the bottom 3 seeds, which are now dubbed the relegation zones, you have 2 lottery balls, so you instantly lose 3%.
So you have a lower chance for finishing lower.
So if you're like a Washington or a Indiana or a Brooklyn, you would be incentivized to win more games later in the season, so you can get out of that lottery
Tanking
zone.
just got so complicated.
Yeah. There are still squishy spots, which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah.
And then there's one lottery ball. In that second lottery ball, if you lose the 9-10 playoff game, a play-in game, it's very confusing.
I get it. Yeah.
So it's like the bottom 3 and 10 through 14 and the losers of the 9-10 play-in.
Yeah.
They have 2 lottery balls, and then 1 lottery ball is just for the 7-8 play-in losers.
Yeah.
So, if you, let's say...
So if you don't make the playoffs but you're in the play-in, you get penalized. You get less of a chance.
Unless you lose instantly. Like, if you tank the first... And that's one of the squishy spots. If you tank the first play-in game, you can... Yeah, you will get the highest odds possible.
Right. Okay.
Which is 4 through 10, including... No, wrong.
No. You get the lowest odds possible. No. Golly gosh.
Jesus
We're
Christos,
figuring it out in
yes.
real time.
Yeah.
here,
No,
folks.
I'd fully figured it out so I could do exactly this podcast, but I've completely forgotten. Just Google it yourself.
Yeah.
But the main takeaways are the bottom 3 are called relegation zones, and they have a slightly worse odds, which is going to incentivize those 3 teams to play better, which is going to incentivize the teams just above them to keep ahead of them. So
to get the best odds, you want to finish between like
4 and 10.
Yeah, or like in the full standings, 11 and 13. Like, you don't want to make the play-in, but you want to...
No, because seeds 10 through 14... Sorry, there's 18 lottery tickets as well.
Yeah.
I've done a horrible job at explaining this. So 18 teams are in the lottery.
Yeah.
And so it's meant to be the bottom playoff team. So it's like if a team scrapes in, they still have a chance to, like, your New Orleans Pelicans made the playoffs the other year and just got absolutely swept.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So you would still have a chance at getting a really high pick.
Yeah.
So seeds 10 through 14 are in that 2 lottery balls tier
Alright, I
with
gotcha.
the relegation zone.
Yeah.
So the sweet spot is 4 through 10. So we will still see tanking in that if you're in 11, if you're 12-11, you're going to fight really hard to get down to 10.
Yeah.
But hopefully, with parity, the gap between 10 and 4 is going to be a lot smaller. So you might risk falling too far, getting into the relegation zone, and all of a sudden you actually lose lottery balls. They've also made it so that you can't get the number 1 pick in consecutive drafts. That's starting from next year, so whoever gets to the number 1 pick this year will not be able to get it next year. And you can't have top 5 picks for 3 years in a row.
Wow.
So that it pretty much just means if you're the Kings, you're a little bit fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that means, and I couldn't find this information, I don't know whether that means if you're ineligible for that number 1 pick, does that increase the odds of everyone else getting it? It would naturally.
Yeah.
Or would it be, it would, and you would just instantly, let's say you get drawn as the number 1, you would instantly become number 2.
Yeah. And then if you're ineligible for a top 5 pick, you instantly become pick 6 or whatever's left. Like,
So if that's happened, there's a chance that you could be like,
I'm understanding.
Yeah.
It is really complicated.
I've made myself more confused. It's definitely hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely, what I took away from it was if I was a new fan of basketball, let's say I was 14 years old again, I was looking to get into the sport, and I was like, all right, how do we do this? Blah, blah, blah. All right, so there's the play-in, and then this happens, and then like even just as a foreigner, right, as an Australian, I'm like, how do conferences work? Why do they do conferences? Why is this? Why is that? Like, that's already hard enough, which is, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But now you've got a lot to learn if you're a fan of, or trying to become a fan of basketball and just try and figure this out, which I guess is why we have podcasts like this. Yeah. But what do you think about this reform, and is it good?
I think I don't think the draft lottery's ever made sense.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm of the opinion it should either just be like the order you finish in, or it should be like so random that it doesn't, that like as long as you don't see people jumping up all the time, that isn't like a huge factor. But I do think it is good to penalize the teams that are like actually really, really bad, because the last few seasons, the bottom like 4 or 5 have been, tanking, but like in the sense of like intentionally trying to lose games by declaring players injured or pulling their players during games, or like what did the Kings coach say? There was that investigation into that weird foul they had at the end of the game, and the league was like, no, the Kings are actually just that bad. Maybe we believe it in that circumstance. But like that sort of stuff.
I think the example would be Jaren Jackson. Like the league doesn't want a Jaren Jackson to get traded. He was healthy yesterday and instantly get traded.
Or even like just everyone who's been in Utah for the last 4 seasons. Like everyone who's been in Brooklyn for the past 3 seasons. So I think it's good in that respect, because I think it's fine to tank in the sense of like get rid of your veteran players for assets and young players and play a young roster. But like if there are good NBA players just sitting on the bench with fake injuries for months at a time, that's terrible. That's really, really bad for the league. And then also I think that inevitably just ends up in like actually widens the talent gap we have, because good players like, well, I don't want to go to like a tanking team and not play basketball for 2 years. Like I want to go somewhere that I might actually have a chance to compete. So, we are leaning towards a situation where you have 22 like pretty good teams that are really trying, and 8 teams that just aren't even NBA teams.
And so early on as well. And I think we're also going to get some interesting games where it's like Washington. I tuned into Bam Adebayo in 3/4 time because he was about to score 83 points, right? And that was the last time I watched Washington down the end of the season, because it's like Lucas put it well, where it was like, they'd lost by 40 points, and then he was just like, he just mentioned 2 dudes on the roster. He's like, I've never heard of these guys, and they won't be on the roster next season. So it's like, there is no reason for me to watch that. But now, down the end of the year, like Washington played Brooklyn twice, or Brooklyn played like Indiana and Washington. Those games would really matter, and those teams would be trying. And in theory, the teams would be signing like veterans, like let's say Tim Hardaway Jr. types, in the off season, so that they could win some of these games down the end of the year, right? Where it's like, the value for them, if you're Brooklyn and Utah, is to get up out of the relegation zone. So those games would become prime TV. You're going to see, just like how we saw the Charlotte Hornets, and we've seen other teams in the play-in where it's like, this is their first taste of the postseason, where it's like, can they do it? It's like, LaMelo actually played really well in the play-in. It's like, Con didn't. Okay, we're sort of learning stuff about tough games. So we're going to see some tough games where it's like, is Noah Clowney just going to like fall away from the spotlight when it's too big? It's like we haven't been able to find that out for 4 years, and now we kind of will, because he's going to be playing must-win situations.
Because all those tanking teams, you get like 5 good looks at them at the beginning of the season, and then the other 77 are just completely irrelevant, basically. And you do like you watch the Nets and you're like, there's some basketball players here, and then you just never tune into them again.
You just don't have to.
You just don't have to.
They delete all of their point guards, and then you're like, well, I can't tell if this stretch 4 is any good, because no one's passing the ball.
And I'll never be able to know for sure if Michael Porter Jr. is good, because like you can have a 20-game hot shooting streak and then get sat for the rest of the season.
Going back to picks, if you're the Portland Trailblazers and you own 2 of Milwaukee's picks in the future, which was looking like it was going to be a premium asset, those picks probably become a bit better. Like, the best case scenario would be they trade Giannis for Şengün, and then Şengün's just not a star who brings you out of the top 4, bottom 4. But now, if they keep Giannis, or even if they don't keep Giannis, and they're just like, okay, let's just try and win games, if they fall between 4 and 10, which is a giant net, the Blazers have the highest odds out of anyone to get the number 1 overall pick. So owning other teams' picks is pretty good.
I'm having a live thought.
Oh, fuck.
We got a live one, folks. If you have an unprotected first round pick outgoing, there's no reason not to be the worst team in the league. Like,
There's no reason not to be. Yeah, true. You would, yeah. So like Denver owes 2 of their future picks to OKC, and let's say they trade Jokic this offseason or something, they would tank because they don't control their future.
Yeah. Well, there would be less incentive to win games because I mean, there's really no incentive either way if you don't. But
True.
I guess the embarrassment of giving up the first overall pick is sometimes incentive enough to not like. The Pelicans this season were like, oh, I think we should try and be good. Like, I think we should try and be okay because if we're not, we will definitely win the lottery and give away the first overall pick to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, and we saw them win.
Yeah.
And you guys won like 8 more games than you should have.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then we lost our last 9, so
yeah,
diddly squad.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
you lost 9 in a row to finish the season.
Really
it says it
bad.
here as well.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, we lost 9 of our last 10. We must have won.
Hang on. Oh, it's so small. Yeah.
It says lost 2 in a row. Yeah.
Wow, that sucks, man.
And then last thing I'll say, I think you won't really know how this is working until we see who those teams in the relegation zone are. Like the first year that it runs, because like, what if there is a team that's just so injured and so bad, like. I mean, like, the Indiana Pacers didn't even really have to sit anyone this year to be as bad as they were. It was just like, fuck, like, there's injuries to Neesmith and Nembhard. We traded away Miles Turner. Halliburton's out for the season. Siakam's playing, like, all NBA level, but, like, we're still the worst team in the East. Like,
this doesn't really protect teams who get injured. If you're Indiana, you're going to go into the trade deadline. Well, I guess they did sort of trade for Zubac, and they would just play him immediately. But would they trade for Zubac and trade for Dennis Schroeder?
Yeah.
Would they try and wiggle themselves into that Cleveland trade and just get Schroeder because they don't need him? And they say, all right, let's try and like get above the floor, which is good for basketball.
Yeah.
But if you get super unlucky with injuries,
Yeah, but I guess that's also like, I mean, it's always exciting when a team gets reward for, like, I don't know, the Spurs getting David Robinson and then Tim Duncan, or it's kind of exciting when that happens for a team. It's not necessarily fair or good for the league. It maybe wasn't a great idea for those 2 guys to be on the same. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great for a dynasty and it was great to watch. But like, was it fair to everyone else that they got those 2 players because they had an injury, injury riddled season.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It is. I do want to say it's also crazy. Like, how can they not think of a simpler way to
I was reading some of the
out.
proposals when they were coming through in the past month, and they're all fucked.
They're all fucked. None of them make any sense.
No. But do you prefer? Like, I don't know how AFL does it.
AFL's just you get like it's straight in your like finishing order, and then the league will give you like basically like bonus picks, like priority picks if they're like, oh, you're in a really bad way.
And that's subjective. The league goes, oh, you're fucked, mate. Here's more.
Yeah. So like or like e.g. They gave the Suns the first and second pick a few years ago so they could draft Noah Anderson and Matt Rowell, who were best friends and who were the 2 best players in the draft.
Okay, well, I was going to say, it seems like they've got a better sitch because like everyone tries, even though they're shit. Like, but that's fucked up. That's stupid.
No, it is. It's a stupid league.
Yeah.
It's another stupid league.
It's a toy league.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's no perfect stitch, right? It's like democracy's like the worst political system, but it's better than the West.
And the results will prove it, not the insanely confusing system that they've
Yeah. And like we're probably going to see teams tank out of the play-in.
Yeah.
But we're also going to see the fight at the bottom is going to be awesome.
Yeah. God, that's going to be funny. Try not to get the 10th seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck.
Any more news, Sean? Or
I'm happy to wrap it up there. It's been a big day.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
And we still are awaiting potential technical difficulties.
Yeah. This podcast could be an hour 20. It could be 20 minutes long. Yeah. Thanks for joining me on the Jeff Van Gundy Tribute Show, Sean. Although, I had a pretty deep tune.
Halfway through, I was like, oh, fuck, this is deep too, isn't it?
It's because
what beer are they?
But
what beer is this draft lottery system?
Oh my god!
Hammer and tongs.
It's a hammer. No, because it's something that doesn't make sense but works fine. Maybe
You go.
maybe like a Tui's extra dry.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like Stella.
Oh yeah, no, Stella's a good one. Actually.
Stella's
yeah,
like, oh, it's a meme. Why does it taste good?
Yeah. You're like, but it's getting the job done, and I'm completely fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Peroni with a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, next time, I guess this was also short notice, so next time we'll come more prepared with more JVG.
Yeah,
type.
and the soundboard, and maybe some fart jokes and stuff like that. I know.
Yeah, because if we mentioned Kaminga, I would have played the fart sound.
We did mention Kaminga.
Yeah. Hey, no Warriors chat. I didn't mention the
crazy.
Warriors. I guess I'm not hosting as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't put it in the run sheet.
Yeah. That's God. I feel bad for mentioning it.
That's a full record.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate
Fucked
record.
Oh, right.
What do you think the Warriors? And we'll let her go. No. All right. Speak to you soon, Sean.